like this, y'all. In your mind, I walk in with words that scorch, and the impact is awesome, verbally extorting every cell in your brain till the message is retained. The illest finally came, the rest sound the same. Synthetic, cosmetic, the game smooth-fetted. To 85 of streetwalkers thinking they riders, but then you got these riders to tell you what hood is. Ask for directions, don't know where the hood is. I got bombs, unlock blocks, and pop on infiltrators who got on through my art form. This is streets music, like drugs I use it to escape the hell and the ones who rule it. With children kill children and project buildings over chemicals that made the government billions. Meanwhile, I'm watching who's scheming and plotting on my bank account and the jewelry I'm rocking. Sneakers stay clean, I push big machines, oversized words and mini plasma screens. I conversate with teens and tell me what they seen. The hot shit on the scene is gangsta extreme. It's in style to die and doing time to fly. You get props for getting shot and pussy if you're not. I look at them, stare back at them, then laugh at them. Get scientific with it, then spit the math at them. Break down the whole compound with small atoms so they understand, ready for war, get back at them. Cause gangsters that I knew, they told me not to do what they was physically doing, cause this is not for you. Cause they saw my future, I was like a computer being programmed with data from legends that live major. And this is what I made of, my mind stays in a state of 9/11 related, survival orientated to keep me situated when drama escalated. I thank God I made it cause many did not make it.
Welcome to the first ever Man-Cave podcast. This is my first episode for the Man-Cave podcast coming to you live. And on today's episode, we're going to talk mainly about the Knicks season, how from beginning to end, what were your thoughts on the season? And we also going to talk about the Giants' upcoming season. But first, we're probably going to talk about getting to the Knicks because the season just ended. Knicks' 47-win season came to an end in the playoffs in a 6-game series against the Miami Heat. I was a little bit down about it, but, the Knicks kind of like overachieved at some point during the season. But I felt like during the season, we was hitting our stride towards the end of the season before Julius Randle got hurt. But once he got hurt, everything just went haywire like that during the playoffs. Even though some other guys step up in the playoffs, it still wasn't like the way it was at the end of the season. So with that, I was just like, can't be too mad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we wasn't even picked to go to to probably make it to the playoffs this year. We was probably made to the playoffs, but, we're more than like I said, we kind of overachieved, at some point in the season. But like I said, we caught our shot towards the end of the season before Randall got hurt. But once we got into the playoff, it really wasn't the same. Like how we were just clicking on all cylinders before, like the last 15 games of the season before the season ended and stuff like that. But all in all, it's going to end up in the second round of the playoffs, losing out. I could say it's a successful season. Come back next year, see what happens again. But when I first started the season, at the beginning of the season, I kind of figured that, the Knicks to start off the season like the way they started off last year without no energy, I guess guys was getting used to being, playing with each other, things like that, getting used to Jalen Brunson, the new point guard, and things like that. So, they started off a little bit kind of slow, but then they started picking it up and stuff like that. And, this season, I was a little bit harsh on Tom Thibodeau, but, at some point, he started making adjustments and stuff like that, started playing more of the young guys because I guess his hands was tied a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, he started they got rid of Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose out of the lineup, Evan Fournier was out of the lineup. So, he mostly got the young guys playing, those guys, they took their lumps, but they grew up, you know what I'm saying? The young guys grew up, you know what I'm saying? So more development, more things like that. Hopefully next year they come back with more hunger, you know what I'm saying, because of the way the season ended. They could have played better in the playoffs, in the second round of the series against Miami. They could have played better. But, things happen. So, well, all in all, like I said, to me, the season was it was better than I thought because in the beginning of the season, like I said, I thought the season was going to be a disappointment, because of the way he was playing early on the season. But, it's I guess, with new players, you gotta assume that and things like that. So I can't blame him too much for it. But I was happy to see that some of the guys, developed. Like Emmanuel quickly came on this season. At some point he was like one of the Knicks' most valuable players during the season. We won a lot of games of, with IQ because there was some games he was scoring like 20, 30 points, off the bench. I mean, he was coming in cooking. Our second unit was really, really flying down. getting up and down the court. The second unit. First unit, they started playing better, playing with more emotion, more juice, and things like that. So, things started picking up, But like I said, Mitchell Robinson towards the end, injuries, Jalen Brunson, injuries, and things like that. But at the end of the season, everybody's nicked up, so every team could say that, you know. But other than that, like I said, this podcast, like I said, mainly going to be for Giants Nation, Knicks Nation. This podcast is also a podcast that you can come on, join the panel. You could be in the chat. So it's one of those, like, everybody going to get a chance to speak. Everybody going to listen to your opinions, your views, and things like that. Like I say, come on here, things like that. Everything's going to be good, man. We got a lot of Knicks podcasters going to be on during the season and things like that to make it that much better, So, how it go, man. Oh, snap, I got my first guest on, my brother. You know what I'm saying? My brother. Always, bro.
Salute,
How
salute.
you been? How you been, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Blessing, health, and happiness to you, my brother, you and your family. Shout out to the chat. I know it's a newborn baby being born with this right here, but you know what I'm saying? This is a lifelong situation, so I'm here to support and help you get up off the ground, my guy. Why wouldn't
Okay.
I?
I know, bro. That's what I said. I know I could count on you. You know what I'm saying? I see DSJ in the chat. What's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. You know what I'm saying? All the Knicks podcasters will come through at some point, during, there's another avenue for us to, a platform to use. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel honored to be the first one rocking with you. You know what I'm saying?
I know, bro. I know, man. Yo, this is the very first episode, so you already know. You're the very first one that came on my show, man.
Right. Hey, don't y'all take too long and wait for the whole thing to blow all the way up and then want to be coming on and all that, man. Come on, show the guy Sgod some love, man. He done been through showing a lot of people love, you know what I'm saying? A great individual, great person, you know what I'm saying? And I'm more than lucky to be on here, but I was also lucky enough, you know what I'm saying, to meet this guy, man. This guy, we hung out in Atlanta and everything. We rocked out. We was at the New York Knicks and Atlanta game during the regular season. We had a great time, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying one another's company, man. So, man, anything that I could do, my brother, to help, you know what I'm saying, ground up, I'm here for you, my brother, you know what I'm saying? I was just taking care of something, and I looked, I'm like, hold up, man. It's 7:04, and then I clicked over, and I see he was live. I said, you know what I'm saying, Jay Boogie got to also always make sure he be a man of his word, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, stay true to the brother of the orange and blue, and not all just the New York Knicks, also to the big blue nation, rocking with them New York Giants. So you know what I'm saying.
You already know.
We got a lot in common, so we gonna always rock together. You know what I'm saying. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying. You putting your effort and your energy in the you know what I'm saying, opening up your channel, opening up your broadcast, you know what I'm saying, because you got a lot of good and great input, you know what I'm saying, to deliver to the listeners, deliver to the ones watching, deliver, you know what I'm saying, to the fan base, you know what I'm saying, to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna soon, they're gonna catch up to this show and reach out to you. I'm gonna help support your situation on any other podcast that I'm on, and I'm available, you know what I'm saying, and it gives me excitement. I'm also working on a brand new podcast, Anthem. So it's another, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying, mentioning inside, that song. All the ones that's already mentioned in the first podcast, they don't get no more podcast love.
It's the newbies.
It's for the new ones, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But I'm glad to be around you, man. How you doing yourself though, man?
Bro, I'm doing good, man. Yo, I told you, I told you, I was like, I gotta start this at some point, man. Even Heck was telling me, he's like, yo, man, don't think about it, just go ahead and do it, just drop it. He said, just go ahead and do it. That's the only way you gotta get your feet wet. Once you do it and get on there, it's gonna come naturally, man. That's what it's gonna be like, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially you got brothers like you. And for people who don't know, this is Jay Boogie right here, famous. This is the closer for all Knicks platform. If y'all don't know about this brother, I better check him out, man. He's at Madison Square Garden. They play him on a big jumbotron, bro. They playing the songs all over. You know what I'm saying? This is the This is the Mariano Rivera of the Knicks podcast world, bro. This is the closer for a lot of shows. He's the closer for a lot of shows, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just the same thing with you, man. It was great hanging out with you in Atlanta and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I told Worldwide, I was like, man, we probably got to go to a Hornets game down there and check out Jay Boogie and stuff like that. And also Josh, controversy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is how we gotta do. We gotta do it all year round, man. Like I said, summertime, it's gonna be light. You know what I'm saying? Because our season is over. I wish it would have been extended. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, things happen. Guys are gonna come back with more hunger. Let's see this thing happen. Let's see it grow. It can only get better from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can only get better. Um, the last game that we played, man, that's what you call a ending beginning. You know what I'm saying? That ending is leading to a new beginning, a new direction, and we know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta tip my hat and shout out to the organization. You know what I'm saying? To the coaching staff and the squad. For a hell of a season that they provided for all of us. That was a great season that they gave us all. And so many people was unsure what was going to happen when you go all the way back to this point in time of last year. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that we had to get us a point guard, they went and got that. They got us a
Mm-hmm.
they got us a floor leader, a guy, you know what I'm saying, that can handle his business on the most crucial stage it is, which is Madison Square Garden. And he's not scared of the high beam light. He's not a deer. He don't get stagnated by the high beams and nothing. He handled his business, you know what I'm saying? And that let me know we got a general up inside this. So shout out to the organization for going to get that guy. You know what I'm saying? The great season that the team gave us, it was really, really well appreciated on my behalf. And I know the real fans, they appreciate it too. To allow us to get within 10 games of a parade, it says a whole lot for the season. When I say 10 games, I mean 2 games to get to the Eastern Conference, 4 games to
Right.
get to the final, and 4 games to win it all. It's been a long time, you know what I'm saying, since we've been that close, you know what I'm saying, in that type of scenario. But now we know what it takes. We got our feet wet, sometimes when you go to the pool in the summer and it's 105, it's hot.
Yeah.
Why you touching that water? You get in, just get in
Just
there.
get in. Just get in there.
Right. So that's what we did this year. We jumped straight in the pool and got our feet and our life wet, you know what I'm saying? Now it's up to the office to go ahead and make everything else, you know what I'm saying, format together, man. I love the situation and the position that we in. We got a lot of draft picks, and with the new CBA collective bargaining get ready to jump into for the 2023 season, you know what I'm saying? That's telling us, we well up under the cap. We were able to make a lot of moves where a lot of teams they're stagnated, you know what I'm saying, with the 2 cap, the 169 and then another one at 179. If you're above
Mm-hmm.
169, you're gonna lose out on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So, we're in a great situation. We well up under the cap space. We got, I think like 12 million that we could dance around and do some things right here. And it's also let me know if other people's money is jammed up, hey, I want to see everybody get their money. But if Josh Hart, is talking $18 million and they got a new CBA collective bargaining agreement going on and people don't have the money then it'll shoot your luck and go get your money. We got your rights. We're going to sit here and we're going to match whatever you can find. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If their teams don't have this money, we don't have to jump out the window to pay somebody extra now. That goes with the same thing with IQ. But still in all, we want to pay somebody, you know what I'm saying, for what they're worth and to let them know we appreciate you being here. But now, we don't have to jump out, looking for 20 million for Josh and 20 million for Q, because these teams have that money with this new CBA collective bargaining coming in. So we're sitting in the right position, right time, right here, right now, during this on season. I like to say the on season, and that because it's basketball, that's another thing. But when you talk about dealing with millions and billions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, as far as, an organization, that's the hardest part, trying to figure out how you going to maneuver this money, how you going to make the numbers right, how you
Right.
under the luxury, how you going to make a move and bring somebody in, or how you going to extend the player that's already here, or how you going to give somebody a contract that deserves a contract at the same time, and all that. Make sure you don't tie us up as far as moving forward in the future to not be able to do other things. So, yeah, I always call it the on season, and Leon has a lot of work to do, you know what I'm saying? But I believe and have, a lot of trust in what Leon does and brings to the table.
And that's what I was going to ask you too about. I know this year the Knicks don't have no draft picks, which is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because we always in the draft, so for guys, from young guys to come on and go to the summer league is I'm not even really trying to, some leaguers, they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like Sims and some other young guys, but this is like a first for us where we really don't have a draft pick, no, in first or second round pick. So basically, we come back with the same team, and we got Josh Hart as a free agent. IQ can come up for an extension. So all of that, that's what I was going to, because you even touched on it. Because I was going to ask you, what is your feelings about what you think the Knicks could do to improve this season, improve the team? Because me personally, I think we probably need some shooters. I think, like I said, we could get like who else is up? I mean, I've been seeing the thing in the paper. Seth Curry right across the borough. He will be great because he gonna perform in the playoff. He ain't scared. He gonna shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? Seth Curry, Strus from Miami. I think he's gonna be a free agent. I don't know how much he's gonna be, but I mean, if it's somebody like that, it's like we can get some shooting because you know what I'm saying. Evan Fournier, yeah, he's a shooter, but yeah, I think his time is done in New York. We could say that 18 million better served somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We need guys that's gonna step up in the playoff. We need dogs. I mean, this year Brunson was a dog in the playoff. RJ was a dog at some point in the playoff, but Mitchell was a dog. And the thing that I think a lot of people didn't realize, Mitchell Robinson was hurt in the playoffs. He was playing with a bad hip, and you could see how he was running up and down the court, and he was still trying to give us everything he got. It's one thing is like it's a difference between playing injured and being hurt. When you injured, it's like a sprained ankle. You could play through it, but when you hurt, it's like, man, you got to wait till the season over to get surgery done on that thing, man. It's like people don't see it. They just think like, why this dude's getting abused by this person? Why he's not moving? Why he's not getting? It's like, bro, that dude he got a bad hit, man. He got hit messed up. I think in the first game of the Cleveland series, he played with me, and nobody knows. Everybody just saying like, how his play went down against Miami. Well, that's why. You know what I'm saying? He was still doing the thing, but he couldn't do as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't move around like that because of that hip. You know what I'm saying? Even Brunson playing on one leg. I mean, for what he did, I was so shocked and surprised. I was like, man, this dude is playing on one leg. You know what I'm saying? If that dude was healthy, Mitch was healthy, I think we'd have went further. You know what I'm saying? Because them rebounds and that interior paint. Come on, man, you can't have people like Strus and them coming down the lane, laying up on Mitch. I knew that when I saw that. I was like, man, I said this dude is playing hurt. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. He's a dog. He's a warrior. He's gonna do what he got to do. But as far as that, like I said, I was just going to ask you, like, what do you think they could do to improve the team? I know Gary Trent is a free agent too. I mean, I don't know. Knicks don't have too much money, but you know what I'm saying? Or if they could do something with Fournier, you know what I'm saying? Or come up with something, you know what I'm saying? To improve the team. Because I think we just need shooters and we need guys that's really going to be there in the playoffs. Because you see in the playoffs, Miami role players are stepping up. Denver role players are stepping up. And that's the difference. Our role players really didn't step up in that second round of the series, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That I mean, they jumped in there, got their feet wet. Now they know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get in the playoff, like I told somebody, I forgot who I was SK smoking that. I told him like the regular season, that's for child's play. The postseason, that's grown men. You got to be a grown man in the playoffs. And we wasn't grown. At some point, we wasn't grown. We need to be grown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you said a lot right there, and that's the thing about, far as having the right people, on the bench that can come in and, substitute and take over and either, run down a league or have a league and stretch it or have a league and keep it, and we had a bunch of young guys on our team. When you talk, we had a lot of young guys that this is a learning experience for them, Mitch.
Right.
Playoffs with us before. He was injured against Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Grimes. Mm-hmm. Ducey's still in the learning stage, you know what I'm saying? IQ is still learning, and then he got hurt, So, we had a bunch of young guys, you know what I'm saying, that really don't know about this situation.
Right. Playoff, right.
We want to know if they learned enough, whereas I can believe and have faith in them going forward. But the thing about not having no draft picks, it's good to have you. I mean, to get you a top lottery pick and everything, that means you want to strike and hit and get, you know what I'm saying, what's best for your team. But far as us, for us to be in the lottery, I don't want to see us in. I would have loved to have got that Dallas pick.
Man, I was going to tell you on that. I was like, I really wish the guys was looking. I really wish Dallas would have moved to the 11th pick. I really wish somebody slipped up there, man. I was hoping that would happen. Just one team.
I don't want to see us in the lottery. I'd rather see like we was just now in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Grinding, doing what we do. That's where we belong. That's where I want to see us at. And I hope they feel like, we was that close. Let's get better. You know what I'm saying? And work on our game. So when we come back next season, we got something else to look forward to. But we got plenty of ammunition to go ahead and make moves to do at all types of situations, scenario. It's gonna be some guys. It's gonna be some disgruntled guys, and or you're gonna hear of by the time the draft comes. That's gonna be ready to make moves and get up out of there and don't do that. And then you're gonna have some teams that's gonna know that knows with the collective bargaining coming in that they know that they are paying too much money on their team. We need to break some of this up, and get rid of some of this. Like, you hear a lot of talk about Porzingis. They got a lot of money. You figure Bradley Beal and Porzingis and what's the other light skinned guy?
Kuzma.
Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? That's their little big thing. That's too much money they paying out for them not to even get nowhere near the playoffs. They're top 6, 7 team in the lottery or something like that. So they are going to be looking to break up. A lot of teams are going to be looking to break up.
Right.
And we're sitting right there in great position in third place, right behind the Utah Jazz and the Oklahoma Thunder and the New York.
Right.
But the great thing about it now is us as the organization, we don't show that the office is good. You know what I'm saying? The organization is good. You already know about our fan base and everything. So now this is the time to maybe want to come play in New York. You know what I mean? Compared, dudes don't want to go to Utah. Dudes is not going to want to go
to Cleveland.
So no, well, they already set in stone. But I'm talking about in the order far as to who has the most picks and stuff like that. Is Oklahoma, is Utah,
OKC,
and us. You know what I'm saying? So out of those 3 teams that got the most, you know what I'm saying, things that we can offer for a disgruntled player, man, people are not going to want to go to them other 2 teams.
Right.
We're sitting real good about what we got going on, and I feel happy about it.
You know what's funny, though? Utah got all them picks, and I think they wanted to give all them picks to San Antonio to get Victor Wembanyama, but San Antonio ain't going to take them picks. They're keeping that man. Because everybody, this was the draft that everybody wanted to get in and get as many picks as possible, get up to get Victor. You know what I'm saying? And they lost out.
Yeah, I knew San Antonio was going to wind up with their pick.
They always do.
Nah, but it's not that with the number 1. You got to look at like of course the league was going to help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Popovich out. And give him a new start. He's still hanging it out with the young guys.
Right.
Give him something. And they gave him the number 1 pick. Well deserved for him. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. He got he got almost a double twin tower in one guy. You got a new Tim Duncan and a David Robinson all in one. And be honest with you, what better, if it ain't us, what better place, landing spot that guy could have went? Somebody who's going to take care of him.
I know, man. I know.
Right. And he's been up under the wing already. His manager is Tony Parker. So he already, what I'm saying, all the things was lining up to him going to San Antonio before, they got the lottery pick. And, I'm happy for San Antonio. I'm happy for the young kid. And I'm happy for another team in the league that's being able to be, saved, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, man.
Reality, and they got a great coach, and they got cap space, and they got cap space, and it's gonna be some people, they can go get guys like Gabe Vincent, guys like
right, that. Exactly.
20,000 is not gonna hurt them. And Gabe is showing that he deserved that money. But that money is going to hurt against Miami. Miami, it will hurt them. They got Gabe, they got Strohs, you know what I'm saying? Both of them guys, and they got Caleb, and them guys is deserving. And Caleb is showing you right now.
Man, Caleb is showing up and showing out, bro.
They robbed him for that Eastern Conference MVP. They robbed him for that.
I know. I saw that too. I was surprised. I was like, man, he was the MVP to me in that series because he saved them, bro. He saved them. You thought that was Allen Houston out there. Every 3-point he threw it down, I was like, whoa, that was like water.
Yeah, he was getting the bounce. He was getting
step back.
Shoot. He was getting it on the drive. He was getting, and I'm looking at Jimmy. Before they announcing the award. Jimmy is standing there because
right.
Jimmy knew that they was going to give him that award. Jimmy won't even act when he got it. He was more in, I can't believe they gave it to him. Jimmy know that Vincent, I mean not Vincent, he know that
Yeah.
Caleb deserved that award. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy did too, but if it wasn't for that guy right there, because he made up a
Man.
lot for Tyler Hero, for Bam, made up a lot for all them guys that was just.
I'm telling you, like Caleb and what's his name, Gabe Vincent, them two guys, if they wasn't on that team, man, they would have been out of the first round of the playoffs, man. I don't even know they would have made the play-in, but them boys, the way them boys played in the playoffs, that's what you need your role players to do. Step up when the big moments count. You can see the lights wasn't too bright for them guys, man. And then, like, it kind of surprised me with, like, our guys were like IQ and Obi, because in that first playoff series against Miami, man, they was vets. They they was stepped up. They was real good in that first playoff series. And then this year, they took a little step back. IQ was off in the playoff, and then Obi. I think with Obi, he never really gets really set because Obi's like he need to be in that that up and down, that up tempo game. He needs that up tempo, man. That's what he needs, and then that's how we was playing like towards the end of the season when we was putting up 120 points. Them guys was running them guys off the floor. That's what he needs to play. When you get in a playoff, and with Tom Thibodeau, you saw it to a half court game. That kind of slows Obi game down. You know what I'm saying? It's like he needs to be in that up tempo, keep it going.
Yeah, if I'm the sports director at NC State after seeing this playoff performance,
Caleb,
I'm talking
right?
About, I'm talking about the entire playoffs. Not just this series against Milwaukee, against us, and against Boston. I would have went back to the campus and fired old boy. Because you had both of the twins,
Cody and Caleb, right?
Yeah, and you transferred them. You got them up out of here. What you mean?
They went to Nevada.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Who was the coach? I know it was Mark Godfrey was there, or is the other guy the guy
the guy
who was there, like the coach right there. Yeah, that guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, man. But it was great. Like I said, man, we'll see what happened with the Knicks this year, man. Like I said, how you grade the season. Me personally, like I said, from the beginning of the season, I didn't like how we started out, but, guys had to get acclimated to Jalen Brunson, you know what I'm saying? And then when they really got to hit their stride, you know what I'm saying? They really came together. Tom, you know what I'm saying? Well, I was surprised, like, he had made some adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And letting the younger guys play, you know what I'm saying? Because I said it at the beginning of the season, we got a lot of depth. We just gotta see if Tom is going to play these guys, play a 10, two rotation, two units, and that's what he did, and the results was good. But then in the playoffs, he started shortening the bench a little bit, and then we went to more of a half court. Sometimes we wasn't even bringing the ball because you watching this in the series with Miami. The one thing I give Miami is all series long throughout the whole playoffs, their guys were hustling back on defense. Their transition defense is great. Them guys, I don't care what's going on, them guys all hustle back. And when you hustle back, you're going to slow down a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. And you saw in that Boston series, they even called Boston out. They was like, Boston not even running back on, transition defense. And I was like, look at that, man. It's like, it's plain as day.
That's why Larry, every time he was in the game, he was pushing that rock on him.
Mm-hmm.
Low as he is, I'm still trying to push this rock on them guys. Yeah, but on a scale of 1 to 10, man, I give us a 9. And Tom went with a 9-man rotation. I'm gonna give us a 9 all the way around for the season. You know what I'm saying? Well deserving. They did everything. They did everything. Me as a fan of the New York Knicks to satisfy me, as far as everything they've done. And I know that we got room for improvement, and I know they're gonna get it done. I know we're gonna make a move. I know we're gonna do something, because you already know that. One thing for sure, like, you're not gonna if you're sticking with a 9-man rotation, you're not gonna bring in any type players that can play. So therefore you're going from a 9 to a 10 or to 11-man rotation now. So if you want to stick with 9, that's telling me that 2 guys are going to be gone, but really 4. I look for Derrick Rose to be gone. I look for Evan Fournier to be gone, and I look for 2 more guys to be gone, so Tom could be aboard on his 9-man rotation. That's pretty much what I look forward to. And anytime in the next 3 weeks, we can hear breaking news about the Knicks. I'm just waiting on that lottery, that draft to
The
come,
draft.
and you're gonna see some moves are being made. I don't look for us to make if we make a move to get us a draft pick.
Which I'll
That,
probably be a second round pick.
well, what I'm saying is, if we make a move to get a pick in the first round,
Yeah,
that's
late first round.
that's telling me even more they get ready to trade some guys that's on the team.
So how you feel about all these, rumors about, disgruntled players asking for trades, like Embiid and stuff like that, suspended with shakeout in Philadelphia with Harden possibly going to Houston. Who else? Carl Anthony Towns. These are just rumors and stuff like that. So, but in a season when you don't have draft picks, you don't have something, and things got to be, what I'm saying is like if they want to shake things up, if they feel like, listen, we get to a certain point and we don't know if this group can get it done, we're gonna have to try to shake it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They know who the dogs are. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Well, I don't look for Embiid doing anything going anywhere. I don't know
Me either. Me either.
all the rumors and everything. What I do and what I will say is Nurse is not going if he hasn't spoken to Embiid. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's not.
He's
He's
not
not.
taking a job.
He's not taking a job if him and Embiid having conversation and he's letting me know how you feel about me coming over there. Are you planning to stay or what? He's not coming to take that job when he had other options, on the table. Now, on the flip side of that, Embiid can be upset if he was okay with Doc and the office went on and made a move without talking to him. So if they didn't talk to him, then yeah, MB has a right to be upset. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's my team. But if they spoke to him and told him, we're going to do about with MB. I mean, we're going to do without Doc, and our plan is to bring Nick Nurse in. How do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
That's a different subject. And then I look for Nick Nurse to have call and talk to him. James Harden is a different situation because I think James was more looking for like Mike D'Antoni. So James
He's looking to go back to Houston. I keep hearing that.
He can do anything. James can do anything. James don't want a championship, none of that. James is trying to be around them strip clubs. He don't care nothing about nothing. He don't want to be in Philly. He trying to be over there. He don't want to wear no winter coats. None of that. He want to wear a button-up silk shirt with just 2 buttons at the top and no buttons at the bottom so his stomach can hang out. James is a wild boy. So he can go ahead and do what he want to do, but that helps me out. Break it up. Break it up. It up. Yo, matter of fact, Boston, don't even give Jaylen Brown no money. Break it up. That's 2 teams that's in front of us. Break it up. Hey, Chris Middleton, they don't want you over there in Milwaukee. They know they don't have enough money to go around. If you stay, they can't sign Ingles. They can't sign Lopez. In fact, they don't want to give you no money. Leave. Break it up. That's 3 teams in front of us. If they break it up, break it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you tear it down. Like my man in Sugar, like Romeo said in Sugar Hill in the alley when they hung his man up.
Right.
Bring him down. Bring
Right.
him down. You tear all that down. We don't care nothing about that. So I just, like I said, I feel like we sitting right in the right position. You know what I'm saying? And all that Golden State Warrior, you 217 million.
That dynasty is gone. They gone. That window is closing. Sacramento done took over. Sacramento's the new. They the new kids on the block right now.
Right. So I look for Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna have to get rid of at least 2 out of them 4 guys, but they're gonna probably start with Poole, and then the other 3 guys you're gonna have Clay. You're gonna have you're gonna have Draymond, and you're gonna have Wiggins. Another one of them guys is gonna go. So
yeah, how you feel about the Clay thing, man? Because Clay in the playoffs, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be the injury catching up. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really have a good, but you know what I'm saying? It happens from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
I just think they asked him to do a whole lot. I know Clay is all the way back from his healthiness.
Yeah.
Then they ran against a team where, hey,
young dogs.
Well, the Lakers, they punished them that in the paint. They didn't have nothing in the paint.
Right.
6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
Domantas Sabonis.
6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'3", and
And Keegan Murray, he's a big guy, but he mainly like an outside. He plays on the outside a lot. You know, a 6'9", 6'10" dude, whatever. He's a shooter. And
but I'm talking about Golden State. The tallest man they started in lineup was 6'7".
oh, you talking about Draymond and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, you got Draymond and you got Wiggins and you got
And
Clay.
Looney.
Remember, they was bringing Looney off the bench against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Punish him in that paint. You know what I mean? So I guess they wish they could have called back to Detroit and got old boy back. That they sent it over there. They needed him.
Oh, you talking about Wiseman?
Yeah, they needed a big. You know, so they're gonna be looking for a big. You know,
But the thing when he was on their team, I don't know what was going on with him. I mean, they didn't play him it was something going on that they didn't really want to play him too much, or that they was just done with him. I don't know.
I think they felt that it was a better opportunity for them just to go small ball, and that didn't work out. Not against them. You know, Anthony Davis, trash as he is, and and fragile as he is, he was punishing down there in that paint. Punishing.
Yeah, Anthony Davis, he came to play this year, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was banged up still a little bit, but he came to play though. But in that last series against Denver, man.
Yeah, you could pretty much look for any of them Golden State type guys to wind up in Sacramento. You can look for them. I'm gonna let the world know that's tuned into your channel right now. You can look for anybody that moves from the Golden State Warriors will be on that Sacramento team because that's the same offensive set and they got ties. So you can look for any, especially you put a Klay Thompson over there, that's a problem. That's a problem. You know, so
who's it called? Yeah, Mike Brown, the coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think who's coming to free agent is Harrison Barnes, a free agent. I don't know. I think he is Barnes because he was like they starting small forward. I think.
What DSJ is saying on that comment.
Oh yeah, it's one combination that always get mentioned by sports media: disgruntled stars and the Knicks. At this point, I just laugh at the high-profile names attached to New York. Yeah, that's always going to be. You know how that is. That's always going to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's always going to be, man. AD is trash. You know what I'm saying? The thing with AD and the Lakers, I just wonder when LeBron leaves, what is AD going to do? Because, I mean, it was his team in New Orleans, and he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to do it. So if he with the Lakers now, it's like if LeBron leaves, is he going to be that man to carry the team, though? You know, is he going to be that one?
You know, be honest, AD can punish him.
Yeah.
He told them people when he came to the Lakers, he told them off rip, I do not want to play center. So with you putting him at his natural spot, having him at his power forward because power forward stretch four is LeBron's best friend. He won a championship with stretch four with Bosh. He won a championship with a stretch four with Love. And then he won a championship with a stretch four with Davis. And he told him, I don't want to play in the middle. So they did everything that they needed to do for us to make sure that they were securing the paint. And then when they won the championship, they got rid of that muscle. And that's when AD started getting hurt again because you put him back in the middle. They supposed to kept Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, all that right there. They supposed to keep that so they can keep this guy playing power forward when he don't have to be down there banging. He can play on the perimeter like he want to do facing the rim, and he can also take advantage of the smaller guys. But, they're really against what he liked to be. So that's why, this like last year, but especially this year, he was in fragile mode. He was even telling the guys, yo, I can't play tonight. They like, why? Because, I just came from the salon. She braided my braids, my hair too tight. My hair hurt. He's a wild dude, man, on the injury report, man. My braids hurt, man.
You know what I'm saying? Man, But yeah, but you know what though, I gotta give it to the Lakers. Surprised me though, because I didn't even think they was gonna get as far as they did though. You know, I think that also that midseason trade really helped them because they was dead in the waters, man. They was dead in the waters. They needed some more youth on that team, and yeah, they really. I mean, I thought they was gonna make it to a finals too. You know what I'm saying? But they
I
ran into Denver. They ran into Denver, and you know that was what you know.
I think that move right there, that that Palinka move with Bob Myers stepping down from the Golden State Warriors, and
Hmm.
what Palinka did during the trade deadline might have saved his job because there was some big boy trades and moves that he did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? During that deadline to get them back in position to even fight and make it all the way to the 7th seed because I think it was the 13th or the 14th.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, the moves he made really tallied up, the
With Russell Vanderbilt and somebody, I think it was Russell Vanderbilt, somebody else, but now Russell they don't even think he coming back because the way he played in the playoffs too, man. It's like, man, I
oh,
don't know,
they're
man.
getting rid of him. They got to clean him up.
That goes, he ain't getting no $30-something million like that last contract he got.
Nah, he ain't getting that. But it's God, I'm about to get ready to jump off. I got to get myself prepared, but I needed to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I came up here and rock with you know what I'm saying, and support
Okay, bro.
what you do, man. So just know when you go live, you know what I'm saying, I'm already subscribed to your channel. Whether I come up here or I'm in the chat, I'm going to be making sure that I support and I'm going to help get your name out there, much as I can because you deserve it, my guy.
Thank you,
Outside
bro.
outside of you being a New York Knicks fan and a New York Giant fan, I know you as
You
a
know it.
person, and you're a great person. And that's what Jay Boogie likes to rock with and be around great people, great people that's, you know what I'm saying, and with enthusiasm to do great things and
Hmm.
great people with the motivation to try to do good things, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I was here for your opening night. And then I'm honored, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You're the first one on here, bro.
Make sure you log this channel and keep this one. This your first one, man. You got
This,
listen.
this one, this one gonna be in the rotation, right? It's gonna be come back up to the top. You know what I'm saying?
My God, man. My
My
God.
God, bro.
But no doubt.
Thank you so much for coming through, man. Yeah, I know you're gonna watch that Miami game tonight and stuff. Miami Denver, see what goes on and stuff like that. See how that series gonna start off, and
Right.
you can tell from the first two games to see how it's gonna start off.
I got to put my bet in, man. I had something going on with
Oh yeah, I already know. I already know.
back in. I got to get this 4 pick in, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Okay, okay.
man. Blessings to you, your family, and everybody in the chat, man. Salute,
All
salute,
right, man.
capital S's.
No doubt, bro. Yeah, that was my man Jay Boogie coming through, you know what I'm saying, representing, you know what I'm saying, the closer, Jay Boogie, the closer for the Knicks, coming through, blessing us and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm talking about as far as the Knicks, you got his thoughts on the Knicks and stuff like that from the season. Now I'm going to switch over and talk about the Giants, you know what I'm saying, before this game comes on, you know what I'm saying. We talk about the Giants season and, OTAs right now, the draft, the regular, you know what I'm saying, the end of the season, free agency, how you feel about it, you know what I'm saying, this year coming up. Man, I'm really excited for the Giants. Like I said, man, we had a great off season. We had a great draft. I mean, it's not every day you get like your first three draft picks could all been possible first round draft picks. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Like I said, I know it looks good on paper, but I think, like I said, with this coaching staff, this regime, and all that type of stuff, we head in the right direction. We getting all the pieces. We're getting that talent level up. You know what I'm saying? Before long, we're gonna be battling with Philadelphia and Dallas in the division. It ain't gonna be a cakewalk no more. The Giants ain't a cakewalk no more. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. We coming. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Dave Gettleman Giants. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Pat Shermer, Joe Judge. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your mom and pop's Giants. This the new New York Giants. And we coming through. We're going to represent, you know what I'm saying? We're going to play like dogs because that's what we are. We dogs, the big blue wrecking crew, the Giants. Like I said, in the offseason, like I said, I was happy, with the offseason when we signed Bobby Carrique, you know what I'm saying? Because we needed a linebacker that could, against the run, against the run, we needed a linebacker like that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. Look who popped up in here, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We came a
That's
long
it, bro.
way, but we got in. We got in.
We got him, boy. This my man Rand. What's up, Rand Smoke? What's up, bro?
What's up, my peoples? What's up, man?
Just
Been a
coming
minute.
chilling on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
already know how you feel about the
Let me
Knicks and
start
stuff
with
like
the
that.
Knicks. The first
Huh?
thing I got to say about the Knicks, get rid of Randall. Okay? I can't take it. I don't like anything about him. I don't like his demeanor. I don't like the way he act like a sore loser. He doesn't come through in the clutch in the fourth quarter and in games. What? Against who was it? Against Miami. Come on, man. Where was it?
Yeah, man. This is just sometimes, like I said, man, the regular season Randall, and then they got the playoff Randall, you know what I'm saying? But he got to get it together, you know what I'm saying? It's the second playoff
That's
series,
what
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying.
But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hopefully, like I see, man, like I said, he saw how Jalen Brunson, you know, so he saw that dude play like a dog. When you got a dog like that, you seem like, yo, that dude stepped his game up. He's like, yo, I got to compliment this dude, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? If I keep playing like this, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna keep me no more. They gonna build this team around Brunson because if he's gonna be a dog like that, he gonna be a dog.
Brunson
He was
was balling
on one leg.
on one leg.
On one
You know what I'm
leg.
saying? We should have
He
known we
was
was in
Brunson.
trouble when what's the name got benched against what series he got benched?
Who you talking about? Who? Randall?
Randall, yeah.
Yeah, Randall got benched in the Cleveland? It was the Cleveland or
In
at
the
the
Cleveland series at the home game, remember?
Yeah. He was having a bad what you call. But you know with that though on that one, I mean he had come back from that ankle injury. So you know what I'm saying. I mean it got better during the what you call it. You know what I'm saying because. And like I said, on that, I always blame Tom Thibodeau because when Randall got hurt late in the season, he shouldn't have been in that game anyway. The Knicks was up by like 15 or 20 points.
Exactly.
I mean, it was only like 3 minutes left to go in the game, but Tom being Tom, you know, he gonna play Randall, like I said, like to the end. He gonna play starters to the end, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. He got hurt towards the end of the season. And that's the wrong time to get hurt at the end of the season. If you want to get hurt, you get hurt in the beginning of the season because at the end you want to be fresh, you want to be ready for the playoffs, and you're going to ready to represent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how it's got to be because guess what? Like I said, this Knicks team coming up is like, yo, you see how Miami represent? You see how Denver? That's how we got to be because guess what? The East is wide open now, man.
Exactly.
You know, everybody think about Milwaukee, Boston, Philadelphia, and then look at them teams in the playoff. As long as you got people that's gonna perform, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. You don't have to have a super team. You just have to have players you have to have a lot of dogs that's gonna step up a bunch of dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like these other teams got. That's what depth is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we got depth too. We got a bunch of guys on our bench too. But like I said, in this, you know, in the playoffs, for some reason, they didn't show up like all the time, you know what I'm saying? It was like sporadic, you know what I'm saying? But we got to get it together. Like I said, we got to come with that, you know what I'm saying? And RJ, like I said, I mean, in the beginning of the series against Cleveland, he wasn't doing good, but then, you know, he stopped selling for threes. He settled down and just became a mid-range in the paint. That's what your strength is, bro. We don't need you shooting like 9 3-pointers a game.
Exactly.
You shoot about 3 3-pointers and yo, the rest of them like 11, 12 shots in the paint. I'm good with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Kawhi don't depend on the three. Giannis don't depend on the three, and they great scorers, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to bring 38 points a game. They ain't even shooting a bunch of threes. They take into rack. They making buckets. Any way you can get buckets, that's the name of the game. We need bucket getters. That's what we need. You don't need guys taking shots that's going to be missing. We need bucket getters. We need guys that's like a walking bucket. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying in the offseason, we got to look for some shooters or something like that, or look for some dogs that could put the ball in the hole. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
We need players like Miami. You see what Miami's doing.
Yeah, they got a good development system with them guys and stuff like that, man.
Now
you can't fault them, man. They who was like that too was Boston. I mean, was Brooklyn when they had Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, true.
He was developing them guys. See, on our team, yeah, Tom Thibodeau, he's like a takeout guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a takeout order. He ain't gonna cook the meal. He's a takeout. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to go.
That brings up the question: do we bring him back?
Who,
Tibbs? Is it time for him to go?
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, I would think it was time for him to go because guess what? But he's tied with this regime. They the one that brought him in. So if this regime stays, that's the guy. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna rock with him. So the only way Tom is gonna go, except if Tom gets fired and the regime gets fired, and you know what I'm saying, then you got to get a new regime in. But like I said, I think after this season right here coming up, if things don't shake out or don't do what they're gonna do, I think it's gonna be like they're gonna blow it up after the season with the coach and what you call it. I don't think they're gonna give him a second contract. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing with him is like he can take you there, but he can't get you there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He hasn't shown you he can get you there yet. He can get you to the playoffs, but then in the playoffs, that's when all the bad stuff happens, or that's when things don't really, materialize.
No. They didn't fix the stuff they supposed to fix before they make the playoffs. So all that stuff carried on into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not hustling, not getting back on D, giving up extra second chance points. It was ridiculous, man. Miami was getting how many offensive rebounds?
As many as they wanted, right? They was getting as many as they wanted.
Listen,
as many. So I mean, so what do you feel about that? You think they're gonna run it back, or what do you think should happen? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
who with the Knicks?
Yeah, with the Knicks, how you think it's going to go? Because right now, like I said, we don't have a draft pick in the draft, so we come back with these guys, and we're gonna make a trade. Then we got some free agents. So
if we're gonna make a trade for Randall to get rid of Randall, then we're gonna obviously keep what we got. We don't got nothing in the draft, right?
Right.
So this is gonna give a chance to everybody to play again cohesively, right?
Okay, so you're saying with Randall, if you get rid of Randall, who would you get if you get rid of Randall? Who are you gonna bring in to replace Randall?
Who's gonna be available?
Right, that's what I'm saying. But that's the whole thing, because some guys are not available. You got to find out who's going to be available that you could trade for Randall that's going to bring about the production, because he's a 25 and 10 guy, during the season. But in the playoffs, it's 16 and 18 points, 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Because in the playoffs, you got to step up. You got to step up from your regular season, in the playoffs. So if you have 25, you want to be around like what Jimmy Butler's doing, like 31, 33 points a game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Just play like the way you play in the regular season, man. But the playoffs is like, it's almost like you gotta, your basketball IQ got to be there. You got to step your game up. You got to go from playoff mode, from regular season to playoff mode.
That's why I keep bringing it back to the coach, because all he's doing ISO ball to Randall, dribble.
It's my read and react. That's his offense, is read and react.
That's it, man. He's not coming up with no scheme. The ball got to move. You know what I'm saying? The ball needs energy. Everybody got to touch the ball. It's the same thing every time. You know what I'm saying? Then you just switch it to Brunson. He do the same thing, but at least he's making it. He's more consistent.
Yeah, Brunson, because the thing about it, Brunson get in that paint and he do his thing, he do his shake and bake and get near the hoop. Exactly. Randall do his thing, shake and bake, probably do the hoop, or he might do a fall away jump shot, like a fadeaway jump shot.
Oh, he's pulling up from deep. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I think
RJ needed more consistency.
Yeah.
I thought he shied away from the big lights. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This is the Big Apple, man. You know what I'm saying? These boys got to understand, like, when you come to the Garden and you playing for your life, you got to give it all.
You got to leave it all. You got to leave it all out there. Exactly. I think more like at least RJ played a little bit better in what's that, from game 2 from Cleveland on into the Miami series. He played good because he was still averaging he averaged like 20 points in the regular season, so his average was the same in the playoffs. So it ain't like he really slacked off. And only the first 2 games of the Cleveland series, but then after that, he started picking up and becoming more efficient. You know what I'm saying? Where he wasn't taking many threes, he was taking 2s and getting to the basket. And we all know he gets fouled a lot, but they hardly call. But he was getting some fouls, so he's going to the free throw line. And then he got into some foul trouble. Some game got into foul trouble, which someone calls us iffy calls, but it is what it is.
You're gonna get your foul. He still was inconsistent to the free throw line as well. In big moments,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't only RJ; it was also Randall. He missed a couple.
Yeah,
I think it came down to coaching and play calling when it came down to the games that we needed to win. Because remember, we was winning some of them games, and they came back and beat us.
Yeah, we was leading in some games. We had some 15, 20-point lead, and we just like collapsed and stuff like that. But
exactly, you know what I mean.
And then also like with us is like as far as getting back, we was not getting back in transition defense. We was jogging back on defense through the whole playoff. You can't do that. And that's why Miami was getting all them buckets. Like Kevin Love was throwing like passes from like one side of the court down to the other and for layup or dunk. So I'm like, man, come on now.
Exactly.
When that happens, your guard got to get back. The guards got to get back. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have that mentality, like I keep saying, Miami had. Miami underdogs, right? Every series they played, underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
What they do? They win the first game in every series.
Yep. Yeah, they took home court. Yeah, they took home court.
They took home court.
They came out hungry. They came out hungry. They came out hungry. You got to win to. Y'all got to see this one. I want to see how this series going to shake out. These first two games going to tell me something. Because Miami's a 9-point underdog.
I know. It's 8.5. It was just at 9.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hey, I got to see because this is the one thing with Miami though. They ain't haven't run across a big man like Jokic though. Because these other guys that they play, I mean, the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson not really an offensive player like that.
They
And
beat
huh?
They beat Giannis.
Yeah.
Took him out. Who's the next series? The Knicks, right?
Yeah, they took us out.
We don't got no big man. Who? Robinson?
Yeah, I mean, we are talking about offensive skill big man. We don't have like an offensively really skilled like the 5.
Okay.
Right.
And to your point, Boston don't really got no big man either.
Right, because Al Horford shoot threes. He's on really, you know what I'm saying? And Robert Williams is a defensive player, but he's not a really his offensive. He's not really
exactly.
Right,
So,
and then the thing with Denver is Denver got Jokic, who is like 7 foot. He's a big guy, so he gonna get boards, and you know what I'm saying. He's lanky, he's long, and then plus you got Aaron Gordon, who's athletic, and Michael Porter Jr., who's like 6'10". They both long, so their front line is long. Their front line is long. Because I even took it to my boys with coworkers. They got a couple of Heat fans, and you know what I'm saying. So they told me about it. It's like, yeah, they worry about this Denver series because it's like, yeah, Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon is like they won't probably give him some problems, you know what I'm saying? Because Bam can do his thing, but if them guys are real active, that's 3 active guys around the basket. When you got a lot of activity around the basket, you're gonna get fouls, you know what I'm saying? If he gets in foul trouble, Bam gets in foul trouble. They really don't have a big man that comes in for Bam like that, you know what I'm saying?
You got to slow the game down. You're gonna have to defend and rebound. That's the game. That's what Miami does. And keep
right. But then Miami going to that 3 into that that zone defense. I don't know if it's gonna work against Denver because Jokic is good in the paint because guess what? If he flashed through the middle and he can operate through the middle, you know what I'm saying? Like pinpoint passes and stuff like that. But hey, that's why they play the games. We're gonna see what happens because I really want to see this though, man. I'm like,
yo, you froze up, brother. You froze up, brother.
yeah, back up. Had a little technical difficulties and stuff like that. We'll be back right back up though. Yeah, we're talking about the Denver Miami series. Is like that's a good series. Like I said, I really want to see what's going to happen with the Joker and stuff like that. See how Miami plays and see how Denver plays against Miami. So we'll see. It should be a good series. Thinking it's going. If I had to pick, I'll probably pick Denver in 6. I know I could see Miami in 6 or 7. Just depending. I think these first 2 games is really going to tell us what's really going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to that. You know what I'm saying? I'll see how these first 2 games play out. But this should be a great series. Like I said, the role players for both teams, for Miami and Denver, these guys are coming to play. They're hungry. You know what I'm saying? So it should be a good series. Should be a dog fight. That's what I want to see. I want to see a real good series in this one. And like I said, the X factors. For Miami, the X factors are, I'll say the same guys: Caleb Martin, Struce. You know what I'm saying? And another bonus, they may get Tyler Hero back. I think he's going to be cleared to play in this series. So Tyler Hero may be back. You know, give Miami some more ammunition and stuff like that, because Denver packs a lot of punch. So you got to be ready for the Nuggets and Jamal Murray, Jokic, you know what I'm saying, Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., KCP, even Bruce Brown, say like their defensive player, Bruce Brown, they stepping up. So it should be a great series, like I said. But Miami, like I said, Miami has really been on the roll. You know what I'm saying? Their role players have stepped up. Caleb Martin, Struce, Gabe Vincent. Who else when they come in? The reincarnation of Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is back. So, that should help Miami and stuff like that. So it should be a good series. Like I said, I want to see how Miami implements their zone defense against Denver, how Denver's going to, deal with it and stuff like that. And, because when you have a real big skilled big man like Jokic, is like that dude can just like control the game from like the center position and stuff like that. I mean, the dude averaged he's like a walking triple double. I mean, he's like 30 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, something like that. I mean, that's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you got a guy that can do that, it makes it much easier, you know what I'm saying, for the other guys to do their part, play their part, you know what I'm saying? The only thing you got to do is just feed off of Jokic and just go from there, you know what I'm saying? And as far as, like I said, the Giants season coming up is like, yo, I'm ready for the Giants, you know what I'm saying? The coaching staff, Dayball, the general manager, Joe Shane, you know what I'm saying? I like the direction the Giants are going in. Like I said, we getting up there. We're getting our talent level up there. We getting our, passing game is going to be there too, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got more weapons now, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones could air the ball, you know what I'm saying? Last year he threw for what? 3,200 yards with concierge worker, bellhoppers, or whatever you want to call these wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? If he could throw for 3,200 yards with them guys, imagine when he gets some new weapons, you know what I'm saying? He could throw for like close to 4,000, 4,500 or 5,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? Going from 15 touchdowns in a season throwing, probably throw for 28, 30 touchdowns, in the season, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The one thing that everybody's going to realize is the Giants are probably one of the only teams they just saw a box defense every game, a box defense just to stop Daniel and Saquon. And guess what? And them guys still performed on the stacked box. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have a wide receiver core that nobody fears and stuff like that, or tight ends and stuff nobody fears, you're gonna see a box front. And when you see a box front, it's hard to to be consistent in your offense and things like that, because it's like everybody got to execute, got to be precise. Blocks, linemen's got to block, offensive linemen got to run block, pass block, things like that. But now everybody gonna see this shit is like, for the first time, the Giants ain't gonna be facing a stacked box like that no more. And when you don't see that, Saquon gonna have mad running lanes. Daniel Jones gonna do whatever he wants to do. And like I said, and that Giants offense is gonna be humming. Okay, it's gonna be humming. Like I said, if you ain't see the Giants, like I said, when you see the Giants play this shit, you're gonna be like, yo, I didn't know they had it like that. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna shock more people. We went 9-7 last year. I mean, even though I know our schedule is harder this year because, you know what I'm saying, we went 9-7. We probably got like the 14th or 13th, something harder schedule or something like that. And we got like 6 or 7 of our first 10 games is on the road. So the first 10 games of the season is going to be real tough. If we can win a lot of those road games, and then towards the middle to the end of the season, we're going to be playing a lot of home games, and then we could really, get into the season like that. That'll do wonders for us, man. But like I said, don't sleep on the Giants. Like I said, we coming through this season. I'm very excited for the Giants, excited for what they've done. You know what I'm saying? It's like we getting this thing together. You know what I'm saying? The Giants are going to, like I said, ain't going to be no cakewalk no more playing the New York Giants. You're going to have to really play. You know what I'm saying? I know last year we got stomped by the Eagles and stuff like that. But this year, I think it's going to be more competitive. Dallas is another team that, they've had our number, but those days are over with, man. We coming to play and we're going to take it to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, like I said, I'm very excited for this season. I can't wait. I actually can't even wait for the season to start. You know what I'm saying? I know right now, like I said, they doing OTAs and things like that. You read little things what's going on in OTAs. Jalen Hyatt catching touchdown passes, Darren Waller showing out in practice. But that's 7-on-7 with no pads on and stuff like that. So the real one's gonna be the training camps in July and stuff like that. Right now, they playing in shorts and things like that, so they're not really doing too much hitting and stuff like that. But it's good to see that the like Daniel Jones, like I think before training camp even started, like he got the guys together to go to Arizona, to get some chemistry together. It's like about 15 or 20 guys and stuff like that, wide receivers and things working out with these guys. So that's a great thing, man. When you got a quarterback who is like dedicated, hard working, you can see that he wants to be good and wants to be great. So that's a great thing. So with that chemistry with that team going and stuff like that. But like I said, as far as like I said with the Knicks season, I was happy with the Knicks season. I mean, even though we bowed out in the second round, you know what I'm saying? That was a good season though. Like I said, we'll come back more hungry, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see what they have in store for us, But as far as that, man, thank you for watching this first episode of the Man Cave podcast with your host Sgod. Like I said, and please, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell to let you know when I come on or what content I have to keep up with all the latest New York Knicks, New York Giants content and things like that. Giants Nation, Knicks Nation, you know how we do, So I'm gonna shout out the chat, my man Randy Cox in here, DSJ, showing up. Thanks for the love and things like that. Also, man, I got to give a special shout out to my first guest on this podcast, which is Jay Boogie, the closer. You know what I'm saying? That brother always rock. He always supports me, supports all the Knicks content, podcasters, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Great brother, down to earth, met him, hang out with him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't thank him enough to coming on here and support me and stuff like that. Also, my man Randy Cox, you know what I'm saying? Coming on this first episode of the Man Cave. We had a little technical difficulties, but just had to come back on here and finish it off and stuff like that. So without that being said, thanks for watching, you know what I'm saying? And stay tuned for the next podcast coming up next week. You know what I'm saying? So signing out, this is Sgod, signing out for the Man Cave podcast.